Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're talking about a super easy way that you could play through Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. And we're going to start on an E major chord, and we're going to talk about where we're going to move this for key in a moment, because we're going to end up capoing on the first fret, kind of going for ease of play with these videos. And the way you play E major, first finger is going to go to the G string on the first fret, second finger is going to go to the A on the second fret, and third finger is going to go to the D string on the second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds like E major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the E major, we're going to be going to an A major chord. And the way you play A major, first finger is going to go to the D string on the second fret, second finger on the G string on the second fret, and third finger on the B string on the second fret. And if you strum all those together, it's kind of a big party on the second fret, and it's called A major. And then from A major, then we're going to be going to a G major chord. And the way you play G major, first finger is going to go to the A string on the second fret, second finger is going to go to the low E on the third fret, and third finger is going to go to the high E on the third fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the G major, we're going to go into a C major chord. The way you play C major, first finger is going to go to the B string on the first fret, second finger on the D string on the second fret, and third finger on the A string on the third fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And a lot of our song actually is just kind of revolving around those chords. We got E major, A major, G major, C major, E major, A major, G major, C major. But if you wanted to, if you want to make it sound a little bit heavier than the whole chord, actually you could use some things called power chords. And what a power chord is where you're playing just the root and the fifth of a chord. So on the E note, you'd have E as number one, and E, F, G, A, B is what's called the fifth. So if you hold down just the B note on the A string second fret and kind of strum just the E and the A strings together, that sounds like E5 power chord. And then instead of the A major, you may want to play around with an A5 power chord. And when we play A5, we're just going to take the finger and just kind of go to the D string on the second fret. And now we're going to play open A and the D at the same time. That's called A5. And then for a G5 power chord, you play first finger is going to go third fret on the low E, third finger is going to go to the A string on the fifth fret, and kind of strum just the E and the A, and that's called G5. And then from the G5, we'd be going to a C5 power chord, and we're just going to take that shape and just kind of shift it by one string. So we're going to the A and the D string. So now I got first finger on the A third, third finger on the D on the fifth. So you can kind of work it that way too. E5, A5, G5, C5, E5, A5, G5, C5. So you might kind of dig on those chords too. Now a lot of times with a song though like this, to make it a little bit more interesting, I like adding something called a strum pattern. And what Kurt's actually kind of doing is kind of doing this really cool little strum pattern where you kind of do a long down, up, down on the first chord. So if you took the E and do a down, up, down, and then if you kind of take your right hand and kind of kill the strings with that down, up, down, kill it. And then actually if you wanted to, there's this really cool sound that kind of comes in where it almost sounds like Kurt's kind of muting out the strings with kind of a down, up, down, up. So you can kind of take your pinky or even take your whole left hand and kind of hold over the strings to kind of get a muting sound out of the string instead of the chord. So it's kind of a down, up, that is mutes. So I'm kind of thinking down, up, down, mute, 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 mute. Down, up, down, mute, 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 mute. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And then from there, we're going to go to the A major and do a down and then a down, up, down, up. So in the A, we got down, down, up, down, up. Down, down, up, down, up. So all together, you got E with a down, up, down, mute, 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 mute. A, down, up, down, up. And then we go to the G chord, down, up, down, mute, 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 mute. And then the C chords, down, down, up, down, up. And then we'd be repeating that. So we got E with down, up, down, mute, 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 mute. A, down, up, down, G, down, up, down, mute, 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 mute. C, down, up, down, E, down, up, down. A, G, C. So you may want to practice that a lot to kind of get used to that. And then from there, actually, then we kind of repeat that for our intro. And then we end up going into kind of a part where there's this really cool little guitar lead where you play just open B and open E. But it's over a really cool bass line that Kurt Novoselic's actually playing, where you play the open E 3 times, and then we go to the A string 3 times, and then we go to the third fret on the low E string 3 times, and then third fret on the A string 3 times. So we got E, 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 A, G, 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 C, 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 E, 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 A, G, 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 C, C, C. And for myself, actually, sometimes I like kind of filling in those and kind of making it like a 3+5 thing. So if you did like 3 of the open E's, and then 5 of the open A's, and then go third on the low E for the G note 3 times, and then go to the A string 5 times. So I'm kind of thinking E, 2, 3, A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, G, 1, 2, 3, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, E, 1, 2, 3, A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, G, 1, 2, 3, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kind of working that. And the guitar part over the verse actually is just kind of an open B and an open E, the way we're kind of playing it. So we'd be going open B, open E, and then when you get to the pre-chorus, that speeds up. So you'd be going open B, open E, open B, open E, open B, open E, open B, open E. And then we kind of be going into our chorus part, which is that same chord progression. We got that down, up, down, mute, 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 down, down, up, down, G, down, up, down, mute, 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 C, down, up, down, E, down, up, down, A, down, down, up, down, G, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, up. And then we get to a bridge part where we're kind of going to just work this off of licks. And what you can do is kind of play 2nd fret on the D twice, and then first fret on the D, and then back to 2nd fret on the D, and then 3rd fret on the G string twice, and then do 2nd fret on the G string. It's kind of a bend, and then we go back to 2nd fret on the D twice, and then 1st fret on the D, and then 2nd fret on the D, and then we play 2nd fret on the G twice, and then open G twice. And the note you're actually kind of playing is you're going E, E, D sharp, E, F, F, A, bend, E, E, D sharp, E, A, G, G. And if you wanted to make that last A, A, G, G a little bit heavier, you could even throw in the whole chords with kind of a down, down, or a G, and then down, down on the G. Or if you wanted to, you could even make that kind of a power chord thing, where you kind of play an A5 twice and then a G5 twice. So if you want to make that a little bit heavier, you can kind of come out of that 2, 2, 1, 2, A5, G5, make it a little bit heavier. And then we're basically repeating all those parts through the rest of the song. Now one weird thing is to play along with Nirvana, instead of starting on an E major chord, they're actually starting on an F major chord. So what you want to do to play along with the recording is kind of take a capo and put it on 1st fret, and now your E major is really an F major, your A major is really a B flat major, your G major is really an A flat major, and your C major is really a D flat major. But to take it from the very beginning that way, you could even block the chords if you wanted to, that E, A, G, C, E, A, G, C. Or if we try that with the strum pattern, we got E with a down, up, down, mute, 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 A, down, down, up, down, G, down, up, down, mute, 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 C, down, down, up, down, B, down, up, down, mute, 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 A, down, up, down, G, down, up, down, mute, 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 C, down, up, down, up. And then you may want to just kind of go into that bass line, kind of for that implication. And if you're doing lead guitar part and you've got somebody to play that bass line for you, then you could play the open B and then the open E is kind of the lead guitar part. B, E. Or if you're a little bit more adventurous, you could almost kind of get those kind of together, which can be very cool. So now I'm using my pick for my bass notes and kind of my fingers to get that open B, open E in. So on that last C, the last 2 C's, I'm kind of throwing in that B. So you may want to kind of experiment with that. But then we get to that quarter note part where it's kind of our pre-chorus where we got that. And I'm kind of rounding that off actually to kind of do both parts together. So I'm actually just doing 4 basses at that point. So that might be kind of a cool variation too. It might be a little bit easier to work kind of as a hybrid thing that way. Or if you wanted to, you can even try that same kind of thing but with the finger style. And then when we hit our chorus, then we're back into kind of our full-blown strum pattern. So we got E with the down, up, down, mute, 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 A, down, up, down, G, down, up, down, mute, 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 C, down, up, down, G, down, up, down, mute, 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 A, down, up, down, G, down, up, down, mute, 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 C, down, up, down, G, down, up, down, mute, 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 A, down, up, down, G, down, up, down, mute, 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 C, down, up, down. Or if you wanted to try that with the power chords, you could try that with the E5, A, G5, C5, E5, A5, G5, C5. And then from there we go into our bridge part. So then we go into that 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 2 bend, 2, 2, 1, 2, A, G, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2 bend, 2, 2, 1, 2, A, G. And then we'd be going into our verse part, which you could work as just that bass line if you wanted to. Like working the 3+5 if you wanted to, or if it's easier to do the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, or if you're kind of digging on that hybrid thing. Might be kind of cool to kind of throw in that bass note and the kind of the lead guitar part at the same time. And then we'd be repeating that through until we get to our pre-chorus again, where we kind of got the open strings with our quarter notes. So kind of doing 4 on each of the basses through that part. And then from the pre-chorus, we'd be going back into our chorus again, where we kind of got our strum pattern. And then we go back to the E major, so we have the down, up, down, B, 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 A, down, up, down, C, down, up, down, B, 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 C, down, down, C, down, up, down, B, 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 A, down, up, down, C, down, down, B, 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 C, down, up, down, E, down, up, down, B, 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 A, G, C, B, A, G, C. And then we'd be repeating that until we get to our bridge part again. So then we got that 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2 bend, 2, 2, 1, 2, A, G, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2 bend, 2, 2, 1, 2, and then A, G. And then we'd be going into our solo part, and our solo actually is happening over that same verse progression. We're in the E, A, and the G, and the C. And the licks through that, you could start kind of play open B, and then 3rd fret on the B, and then 5th fret on the B, and then open G, and then 5th on the B, and then 3rd on the B, and then 1st fret on the B, and then open B, and then 1st fret on the B, and then open B, and then 2 on the G, and then open G, and then 2 on the G, and then a 2 bend, and an open G, and then 4 on the D string. And then we basically be repeating that. So we'd be going 0, 3, 5, 0, 5, 3, 1, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 2 bend, 0, 4. And then there's a cool lick that comes in after that where you go 5 to 4 on the D string, and then we do that again, and then we do that again, and then we do that again. And then the last time you kind of do 5 to 4 as a pull off, so I'm kind of playing the 5th fret with my 2nd finger and letting it fall off the string to the 1st finger on the 4th fret, and then playing 4th fret on the D string and kind of doing a slide back to 2nd fret on the D string. So it's kind of a 4-2 slide. So that last part you got 5, 4 as a pull off, 4, 2 slide. So we got 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 4, 2, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 4, 2, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 4, 2, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 4, 2. And then we'd be going into kind of our last verse, but our last verse actually is kind of working a bass solo. So you could even just play just those 3 notes on each, or you could do the 4 notes on each of those kind of the root notes, or you could do the 3+5. So G, C, or you could try with the hybrid and then kind of throwing in the lead part at the end. But it doesn't actually happen at that point until you get to the pre-chorus. So then on the pre-chorus you got that, so kind of the bass line with that open B and open E. And then from there we'd be going back into our chorus for kind of our outro. So we got our E with the down, down, B, 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 A, down, down, G, down, down, B, 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 C, down, down, E, down, down, B, 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 A, down, down, G, down, down, B, 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 C, down, down, B, 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 A, down, down, G, down, down, B, 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 C, down, down, E, down, B, 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 A, down, down, G, down, B, 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 C, down, down, and then at the very end there's just kind of a big E. But that's the basics of how you could pretty easily like work through Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. So good luck!